we proceed with our speakers for today, allow me to introduce to you someone who will be giving an opening message or our opening remarks. Please give a round of applause, a virtual round of applause to the Secretary General of the National Coordinating Body of UNESCO Clubs in the Philippines, Miss Alice Pedracio. Miss Alice, magandang hapon po.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Yes, pleasant afternoon to everyone. It is my deep honor to welcome you all in today's webinar entitled GENLit, focusing on the Filipino brand of youth leadership brought to us by Pinas Forward in coordination with the National Coordinating Body of the Philippines. Both Pinas Forward and the NCBUCP never failed to give us series of meaningful discussion like this one. It is, however, very timely today to go deeper on our purposes or future purposes as future leaders of this country, carrying our own brand of Filipino leadership. And that is what our guest speakers will have to discuss in their talks today. At this juncture, please allow me to share with you a backgrounder of the NCBUCP. The National Coordinating Body of UNESCO Clubs in the Philippines is now on its a year or a decade, a 10th year or decade of service and legacy. And it is headed by the following Board of Trustees, board members, and the different national standing committee. The National Coordinating Body of UNESCO Club in the Philippines, or NCBUCP Incorporated, formerly NAUCP, is now on its 10th year since it was founded in December of 2010, headed by Chairman Serafin S. Arbiola, PhD, of the Philippine Normal University. The NCBUCP of the Philippines have been into the service of youth mobilization, following or promoting peace and global citizenship education, following the 17 SDGs of the United Nations agenda, achieving primarily the UNESCO's goals towards awareness and implementation of several activities concerning world science, cultural heritage, promotion and protection, educating the youth on social concerns, and peace-building activities, reaching the grassroots in the entire Philippines, particularly the youth. In December 15 of 2010, it was founded as NAUCP in pursuit of the realization of its vision of mobilizing the youth primarily to spread peace and building education, empowering leaders throughout the countries, even far-flung places, and to be connected to both national UNESCO Commission and the Global Association of UNESCO Clubs. Hence, in 2011, the NAUCP formally acquired accreditation from the Security Exchange Commission. In 2019, have its new name to NCBUCP as granted by the Security Exchange Commission. Some of the milestones and the international programs of the NCBUCP are the following. Its first onset of World Heritage Encounter Asian, or WEN Asia, was in 2018, launched where members of the NAUCP traveled in Cambodia and Vietnam to document countries' World Heritage sites. They visited Angkor Wat in Cambodia and Hong Son Complex of Natural Beauty and Historical Monuments and Halong Bay in Vietnam are some of them. Also, it is recognized as the technical arm of the UNESCO National Commission, empowering youth in the entire Philippines and abroad towards the realization of its mission and vision. NCBUCP is the only national organization under UNESCO NATCOM, that may recognize and accredit club under the umbrella of the National Coordinating Body of UNESCO Clubs in the Philippines since 2011 onward. Corollary to the above information, an annual assembly called Youth for UNESCO, or Y4U, is being held where accreditation and reaccreditation of the member clubs are recognized and awarded alongside with several activities such as cultural nights, academic contests, paper presentations, and recognition of the best youth and educator leaders and the best UNESCO clubs of the Philippines. It is also the implementer of Global Citizenship Education, or GCED, in cooperation with the APCU UNESCO in Seoul, Korea. And it is also in cooperation with the UNESCO National Commission of the Philippines and the Philippine Normal University. And if I'm not mistaken, it is now being promulgated with the help of the Department of Education National Department. It is also a member of Asia Pacific Federation of UNESCO Clubs and Association, or AFUCA, based in Japan, and World Federation of UNESCO Club Centers and Association, or WAFUCA, based in Kazakhstan, and the Leading Peace International, based in Spain since 2018. It is also the implementer of Japan's Eniki Festival. It is actually a celebration of the children's diary, which tackle about the children's lives and activities all over the world, particularly, of course, in Asia. It is also in cooperation and mutual agreement with Pinas Forward, our host today, since 2019 in developing the country's leaders through Pinuno Camp as an avenue to reverse the present trend of country's leadership styles towards a more responsible and qualitative leaders in the future. Also in May 2020 onward, despite of the pandemic, there are a lot of webinars, kamustahan, meet and greet activities online were hosted by the NCBUCP in cooperation with the UNESCO National Commission and of course of the Pinas Forward, which were done Luzon-wide, Metro Manila-wide, Visayas region, and even Mindanao. It's the whole country respectively, which were sparkled by the presence of Yusek Abella of the National Commission of UNESCO. On December 6 to 8 held the most recent Youth for UNESCO 2019, or the Y4U, done in Angeles City and the University of the Assumption in San Fernando City in Pampanga. You could also see us in our YouTube account, in our FB account, and of course we have also the Instagram and so on and so forth. So without further ado, I welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests, our prominent speakers, my colleagues and co-board members in the NCBUCP, and all our visitors today. Once again, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much ulit, Ma'am Alice. Indeed, this is really a huge event